The system's rigged, the system's rigged, the system's rigged. That has been the recurring theme throughout both the Democrat and Republican conventions. Trump, Bernie, and Hillary have all talked about how the system is rigged against you. It doesn't matter how you look at it. It doesn't matter where you come from. Criminal justice, applying for a job, banking, even actresses on a red carpet are an indicator of how the system is rigged against you. I don't know if you knew this or not, and I couldn't quite find the statistic, but I do remember reading that 70% of individuals get their job through networking, through someone they know. Not on merit, not because they deserved it, but because they knew how to shake a hand. Even an actress on a red carpet, think about this, receives a dress for free. They can wear a dress, and sometimes they get to keep it for free, tens of thousands of dollars. Would you be trusted with that dress? Can someone give you clothes to wear for free? Although there are tons of ways in which the system is rigged, there is one in particular that stands out: politics. For example, the people rarely get the politicians that we want. We rarely get them. We're usually forced to choose between one candidate or the other. And this applies to congressional races, Senate races, and even the presidency. In fact, you can see this clearly in the DNC email leak, by which even in their own party, the Democrats conspired against Bernie Sanders to deny the people their choice. But it's not just within the Democratic Party or the Republican Party. Intelligent, sound, and educated, experienced candidates from all parties, even parties with which I disagree, such as the Green parties, have been denied a place on a debate stage, denied ballot access, or the bars have been set so high that nobody could ever achieve them. The system's been rigged. But one way it's rigged for sure, that all parties agree on, the big parties and the small parties, is dark money in politics. Money you don't know where it's coming from. Money from where you have no idea who's behind the check that has been written. Once again, if the politicians won't solve the issues, I'll try to give a solution that solves them. Listen, I'm not saying I have all the answers, but I think this solution is a great start. We should begin by outlawing any group contribution to any political cause, political issue, political form of advocacy, or political candidate, unless the group has first declared that it is a political group. In other words, no group of people should be able to donate to a political cause, to an advocacy issue, or even to a political candidate unless they declare themselves a political group. They must announce their political group, and they must have a defined purpose. Second, any individual should be able to donate as little or as much as they want to either any candidate on the ballot. I don't care if it's you donate $1 billion or $1. You should be able to donate to any candidate on the ballot or any group that has declared itself a political group. However, there must be a full disclosure of the amount that was donated, when it was donated, and if it came with any restrictions within 72 hours of the donation. Absolute sunshine, absolute full disclosures. Now, the immediate adverse reaction to this kind of proposal is a problem similar to what Brandon Ike had. If you remember, he was the former CEO of Mozilla, drummed out of office because somehow it came to light that he supported with his money and made a donation towards a group supporting traditional marriage, despite the fact that he had no record of offending anyone who was homosexual, despite the fact that he had no record of ever taking adverse action against those who were sexually alternative or LGBTQ in the workplace, despite the fact that even gay employees were surprised when they found out about his donation. He had never spoken publicly against LGBTQ members. He was drummed out. So there is some concern that underneath a policy such as I suggest, where names must be disclosed, that people won't be able to donate freely because they may lose their jobs. So in order to solve that problem, I want to create a political advocacy protected class. Just like you can't fire somebody because of their race, because of their religion, because of their sex, hopefully soon because of their sexual orientation, you shouldn't be able to fire anyone because of their political advocacy. Now, I know there's some other questions. Well, what if the political advocacy truly does harm to the business? Well, the burden should be on the employer, and it should be a high burden on the employer to prove that the rhetoric really does damage. In other words, in this case, the employer would have to be able to dismiss you for cause. Now, there are some caveats to this that I'm going to put into the PDF that will be attached to this video in just a couple of days. But some logical provisions are as follows. One, there needs to be a loser pays provision. That means if the employer takes you to court and they lose because they want to fire you, guess what? They have to pay your legal fees. Also, it's uninsurable. You can't buy insurance to cover this. The employers have to cover it on their own. It's an unwaivable right. Companies can't put it in a contract that you can give up this right. And in addition to this, employees will be responsible for making sure that the political advocacy, one, does not target another employee at the job or does not target a customer or vendor of the company. The political language should be generic, not directed at anyone in particular, and most importantly, they must include a disclaimer which reads, "This political speech is not endorsed by my employer." If they include all of those things and the political speech is made outside of the job, you should be protected. You should be able to enjoy your First Amendment rights, your freedom of speech rights, without living in fear of losing your job. My name is Autry. Please, please, please follow me on Twitter. Go to the website autrypruitt.com and look for a more detailed proposal there. Thanks for watching.